It's time for Florida State football. This is Inside Seminole Football. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery, over $30 billion and counting to education. Just imagine. The energy-saving conservation programs of Tico People's Gas. Real Coca-Cola taste with zero sugar and 0 calories. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the feeling. And by Nick's Toggery, provider of Coach Taggart's wardrobe.
Hello everybody, welcome to Inside Seminole Football. Tom Block and Coach Willie Taggart. And Coach, your team on the road this week in the ACC against Syracuse, and you got to tip your cap to the Orange. They get a 30-7 win, but that said, I know when you look at the tape, it can be a little bit frustrating because you see a lot of self-inflicted things that are preventing you from having a little bit more success.
Absolutely, and again, with our football team, our guys, they haven't forgot how to play football. You know, we as coaches got to help them remember how to win, and part of winning is the details, you know, and being disciplined. And right now we're not a disciplined football team, and we got to play better. In order to play better, we got to be disciplined in everything we do, from technique, fundamentals, to not having selfish penalties that we have out there that kills our football team, and we're just not playing winning football at all.
You've got to get better push and better protection up front too, because winning first down is obviously the key to converting third down, and that's been tough so far this year.
It has. You know, we've been in a lot of third and longs, and we got to, again, find ways to put our guys in the best position to have more success on first down, and not just first down, but all downs, you know. And we can, and we see that there's plays there to be made, and we're sacking too late, or quarterback not having time to get the ball to open receivers, and we just got to put it all together, and as coaches, we got to find a way to put our guys in the right position.
Defensively, the time of possession got out of hand and it wore them down, but I thought the defense had a nice effort on Saturday.
Oh, absolutely. You know, our defense has been playing well and keeping us in ball games. And you think about that game, it was, what, 6-0 at the half, and defense had played really well, had a goal line stand there once again this year, and which was big time for us. And but they're out there so long, and eventually, again, like you say, they wear down, and we gave up some plays there at the end, but I thought our defense played well enough.
Florida State on the road at Syracuse. We'll take a look at the highlights when we continue. Stay with us here on Inside Seminole Football. Welcome back, Coach. As you prepared for Syracuse, Dino Babers is the third year of his install up there, team that likes to go very fast. Talk about what you were hoping to do in terms of game planning as you matched up against the Orange.
Well, I know defensively, my guys wanted to be able to line up and be ready to go because they go fast, you know, and what gets you a lot when you're not aligned perfectly. They got us a couple of times where we wasn't lined up right, but I thought for the most part our guys matched them, and they had some big plays here and there. But for the most part, our defense did well. Offensively, we wanted to go, and we wanted to establish the run. It's something we didn't do, and got ourselves behind. And when we had to throw the ball, and they knew it, they peeled their ears back and got out there, guys. And again, as coaches, myself, got to put our guys in a better position to be successful on the football field.
Syracuse won the toss and deferred, so Florida State gets the opening kickoff. Let's take a look at the first half highlights.
Here is the kickoff. High end-over-end kick will come down 7 yards deep in the end zone. DeAndre Francois in the shotgun, empty backfield. Now Akers is alongside. Inside handoff, Akers running to his left, finds a little crease and fights his way out for maybe three. Three-man front. Now 4 and the snap a little high. Here's the snap looking downfield. The pass, a back shoulder throw, incomplete. Tyler, here is a good snap, and the left-footed kick is a nice one. Boy, tight spiraling foot. Cordy backpedals to the 16-yard line, goes to the right side. Maybe a block in the back, zigzags, got away from one, now snagged at the 30. Second down and 4 from the 35-yard line. Empty backfield, under pressure. Dungy rolling to his right, still rolling, gets rid of the ball. He was out of the tackle box.
Dungy is playing without a shoe. He just threw his cleat about 10 yards behind him.
Here's the snap on 3rd down and 4. Has all kinds of time. Poe throws the ball upfield. Incomplete pass, threw it a little low at the 50-yard line. Second possession, Seminoles begins at the 29-yard line. Here's the snap, take the end around, give the ball, hand off to Akers, finds daylight. Akers to the 35 to the 40. Akers to the 45-yard line. 2 receivers to either side. Kicks the leg and gets the snap and looks upfield. Pressure coming. Sideline pass toward DJ Matthews and led him 5 yards too far. Second time they come after the kicker, and Tyler, a left-footed kicker, an end-over-end thing, and it will be bounces in toward the end zone. Will hit at the 1, rolls. The official waves his hands. It's a touchback. Ready to go, empty backfield. Here's the snap. Dungy's pass batted down. Nice play, Brian Burns. 3rd down and 8. The left side of Dungy. Here's the snap. Dungy looks crossfield, crossing pass, caught ball on the 45 to the 50. 1st down into Seminole territory. 2 running backs behind the line of scrimmage. Splits coming, pass to the right side. Caught ball. It is Evan Butler. Butler inside the 10, fighting for yardage to the 7-yard line. Defensive tackle Chris Elmore. He goes 280 pounds. He's here's a handoff right to the right. Neal is going to be hit, dragged down by Dontavius Jackson. Yet we have 7:28 to go on the first. Here's the snap, the spot, the kick airborne. It is good, and Syracuse gets the first points of the game. Francois kicks the leg and takes the snap, looks upfield, gets the pass away, and his arm was hit this time from the left side. 2 receivers to the left. Here's a delayed snap, handoff to Akers on a draw play. Tries to find daylight. Akers to the fumble the football. Fumble the football. Who's got the ball? Looked like Cam Akers was able to roll over and grab that football. Here is the snap. Logan Tyler will get the punt. Just got it away. Just got it away from a punt block attempt. Inside the 40, a nice bounce. Still rolling inside the 30. One of those in practice shows. Here's the snap. Looking to his right now. Running the ball is Dungy. Dungy to the 25 to the 30. Dungy slides down to the 35. The fact that those linemen can come down 5 yards in the pro game. Here's pressure on the quarterback. Draw play. Set up on a screen pass play. Across the 50 to the 45 to the 40. Dante Strickland tackle to the 30-yard line. Here's the snap. Dungy. Quick out pass to the right side. Flat tackle made immediately. Fumble football. It's loose. And the Seminoles have come up with it. After replay review, it was not a fumble. The ball belongs to the Syracuse Orange. It's ruled an incomplete pass and not a fumble football. Here's the snap. Butler in motion. Pressure on the quarterback. He goes down. Brian Burns got to it. From the 40-yard line, moving left. They lead 3-0. Here's the snap. 4-man front. We get pressure on the ball. Now Dungy's going to run with the ball. Dungy's going to run. Cuts it to the 35. Tries to get him in field goal range. He'll be dropped at the 28-yard line. Schmidt out of Vernon Hills, Illinois. Good spot. The kick is airborne long enough, and it is no good. Wide to the left. Patrick on his right hip will send DJ Matthews in motion across the formation, dropping it though, looking one way, now back the other, going to screen pass it up for Patrick. Patrick is going to be tripped up at the 29-yard line. Shotgun formation, kicks the leg, and here's the snap, just beat the clock, dropping to throw. Francois looks, left sideline, incomplete pass. 4th down, ends to punt the ball again. Logan Tyler, end over end punt, and coming up to make the catch at the 33-yard line. Great Porty gets across, he's tackled to the side of the 44-yard line. Andre Schmidt, the only scoring in the game. Here's the snap of Jeff Sweet. Jeff Sweet played nicely by the nose, and a stuff for a loss back at the 38-yard line. 14 now. The mark to make is the Florida State 47. The snap out of the timeout. They'll run the ball, and a tackle made right around the 42-yard line. Got a fullback in there as well, Gabe Neighbors. The snap from Everly, a good one. Play action fake, and DeAndre's going to carry the ball. He'll be tackled to the line of scrimmage for no gain. First time DeAndre's carried the ball. Patrick on his right hip. Francois wants the snap and gets it. Looks to his right. Draw play. Hands off to Patrick. Patrick is going to pull over a tackler. Will not get the first down. Here is the snap and Logan Tyler's kick. Spiraling punt will come down. A fair catch called for and made at the Syracuse 45. Need to reach the Seminole 45. Here's the snap on 3rd down and long. Dungy's going to run. Dungy's going to run to the 45. Dungy's going to get a block to the 50. He's got a first down for Syracuse. Mo Neal is the running back. And they'll run Dungy with a blocker in front. Dungy cuts it against there. He's knocked down short of the first down marker. Well, they stack him up in the backfield. My goodness, power formation. And play action fake it. Dungy's going to run to his left. He's close. Did they stop him short? It looks like. Yes. Seminoles are dancing. We do on 4th down and 1. First down, 15. The snap. Inside handoff, Cam Akers cuts it against the green, floaters his way out across the 20. Need to reach the 35-yard line. Here's the snap. Francois drop, goes a pass to the right side. Caught ball. Keith Gavin, he is close to the first down marker. I don't think he got it. Great field position. The drive start at 32. Inside handoff, they'll run the ball. It is Mo Neal. Neal got an angle out across the 40-yard line. The tackle. 3rd down, 2. Here's a quick snap. Handoff to Neal. Neal bottled up, and he keeps line surge going. Did he get stopped short? I think he did. Awaits the snap, kicks the leg, gets a good snap, looks upfield, and throws upfield. He's got a receiver. It's intercepted at the 30-yard line. Intercepted at the 30-yard line. Christopher Frederick picks off Florida State quarterback DeAndre Francois. Shotgun formation. DeVito looking right, throwing right toward the end zone. Jamal Costas makes the catch.
Like it's on the 1-yard line.
Strickland, the sailback, gets the handoff, running right this time. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. Again, a nice play by the Seminole defense. Third down, goal. Elmore in motion. DeVito takes the down. They run the other way. Tackle to the backfield. Second effort. Did he get in? No, he did not. Good game tackling Knowles at the 2-yard line. They lead 3-0. Nope, they're going to kick the ball, and Schmidt is perfect. 2 linebackers. Here is the snap. Francois, 3-man rush. Francois over the middle. Caught ball first in the 40-yard line. Near the first down marker. Digging ahead goes Nyquan Murray. Picks the leg. Here it is. They run a stunt, try to get to it. Francois gets a pass. It is caught ball at the 25-yard line. Murray's got a second catch in the run. He took it away from the defender. The snap is a good one. Pressure coming, delay. Pass to the near side corner. Caught ball at the 11-yard line. It's halftime in the Carrier Dome with a score: Syracuse 6, Florida State nothing.
Coach had an opportunity there right before first half when time ran down. Was that just a matter of the receiver not getting out of bounds there to give you a chance?
Yeah, he didn't get out of bounds, and we probably could have helped him a little better and not put him in that position and made it a little easier for us there from a play calling standpoint. And unfortunately, we didn't get out of bounds with no timeouts and give Ricky a chance to get us 3 points there going into the half, which would have gave us some momentum coming out of the second half. So it was unfortunately, we didn't take advantage of that opportunity, and I thought our offense did a great job of getting down there. We just didn't finish it.
That said, still a 1-possession game at intermission. We'll come back and take a look at the second half highlights. Stay with us here on Inside Seminole Football.
Saturday, April 14th was an evening filled with energy and excitement, fueled by a new coaching staff, an ecstatic team, and returning players from years past. But what some of the 60,000 fans in attendance may not have realized was that the entire event was captured by the hardworking staff of Seminole Productions, located right in Doak Campbell Stadium. Hours before game time, the production crew shows up for their 2 p.m. call time.
Before the games even start, we usually get here about 4 hours in advance to go ahead and have a crew call meeting where the director talks to the camera ops and everyone else in the control room so we're all on the same page. And then that way we can go ahead and get the ball rolling for the event that we're covering.
And leading that crew call is the Senior Director of Live Events, Kirby Kander.
Pretty much I oversee all the live events. We have 2 ACC network producers, we have 2 video board producers, and we have 2 content producers. So it's basically, that's the core of the full-time staff. And then we have Jimmy over in engineering, and then we have Chuck as well, who helps out Jimmy.
Seminole Productions also makes teaching a priority by providing students with plenty of hands-on experience. And overseeing those responsibilities for the spring game is a producer, Jake Dersheimer.
Around here, we have students at almost every single key position, with a few exceptions. Typically, myself or another one of our full-time employees will be the producer, and Kirby or another freelance director will be in charge of directing the broadcast. But every other position is typically staffed by either part-time students or volunteers.
Hey Kirby, I'm taking Steph up to the booth real quick, camera 8.
Once we have that first pre-production meeting is what we usually call them. Everyone goes over to the stadiums and sets up their cameras. Production manager's usually in charge of all that. Then we fax out and we just pray to God everything works. You know, it's a lot of moving parts.
So we're getting lunches real quick and then we're gonna head out to cameras and so that we can fax out
for Control Room A?
Between crew time and game time, there is some laughs, there is some jokes. There's definitely a lot of preparing. I mean, obviously you're covering a Florida State football game, so it's intense. There's a lot of preparation that goes into it.
Today we are in the capital city of the Sunshine State. Doak Campbell Stadium basking in the Florida sunshine as we get set for the Garnet versus Gold Florida State spring game.
And with the new arrival of Coach Taggart and his staff, all eyes are watching as the show is broadcasted on ACC Network Extra.
This is the one-take world, live television. So it's, the top, top skill level want to be in this. If you want to be at the top level, you want to be where it's live.
Despite the usual game day stress, it's the easygoing atmosphere, the experience gained, and the valuable relationships made at Seminole Productions that will leave a lasting impression on students and staff for years to come.
You're not going to be able to top this as far as having a professional experience. This is real world. We're working for real clients, and I think I've had several students tell me that this is by far the coolest thing they've ever done at Florida State, and that makes me happy to hear that. Proud to say all my full-time hires are all Florida State graduates. Go Noles.
Welcome back, Tom Block and Coach Willie Taggart. Coach, it was just 6-0 Syracuse at the half, so despite some of the frustrations of not getting on track offensively, you're one possession, one big play away from getting the lead in this game.
Yeah, we were, and again, when we have an opportunity, we shoot ourselves in the foot. We had a big punt return that we had to be called back. Again, we couldn't convert on third down, which was critical for us, and a lot of times we were in third and long. So you got to be able to convert on third down and extend some drives, and we weren't able to do that, and that really killed us because now our defense is out there a lot longer than we intend for them to be, and it hurts the entire football team when we can't convert on third downs.
Yeah, that defensive time on the field took its toll. We'll see that here as we take a look at the second half highlights from the Carrier Dome.
Right, Syracuse. DeVito takes the snap and looks to his right. Still looking, throws a deep ball down the sideline. It is going to be caught by Jamal Custis. He's got the size advantage on Kyle Myers. A long throw by DeVito.
He has 10 yards regardless.
Ready to go. Inside. Oh, and a tackle to the backfield. The Noles sent a blitz, and Brian Burns stuffed the ball carrier in the backfield. Here's the snap, third down and long. Here comes pressure. Pressure starts to break down. Under pressure, DeVito running for. He's going to be sacked.
Oh, no. Who's he throwing it to?
That'll be intentional grounding on DeVito, and a flag has been thrown. There's the snap. Francois swing pass out to Akers. Akers makes the catch, tries to find him. He's out across the 20 to the 22-yard line. There's the snap, and Francois throws a sideline route downfield. It is overthrown. Keith Gavin, the intended receiver. Defensive back fell down. Yard line. Logan Tyler's kick, wobbly kick, not very long. Coming up to make the catch, courting to the trying to return from the 40-yard line. He snagged and dropped to the 36-yard line. One back set under center, DeVito. Quick pass to the left side, bubble screen. Catch made down the far sideline. Broken tackle to the 20, 15 to the 10. Knocked down to the 8-yard line. His tight end, Ravian Pierce. Bunch formation backfield and running the ball. DeVito going to get to the 2 to the 1. He has a Syracuse touchdown. DeVito could not be denied. And the Orange have something to cheer about. Wide to the left, and here is the snap, dropping the throw, pass to the right, caught by Tamari Terry, his first catch of the game, and he's wrestled down right at the 27-yard line of the game. Here is the snap, pressure coming, he's hit, sacked in the backfield, cannot keep the defensive end off our quarterback. Takes the stand, hands the ball off, they run to the left, first down, Seminole territory, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, tackle to the 2-yard line. Javian Howard takes the snap, play action fake, throws the ball toward the end zone, touchdown, tight end, Javian Pierce, 19-0, Syracuse. Moving left, the snap, DeAndre Francois fakes rolls to his right. He's got room to run, throws upfield, caught ball. DJ Matthews on a crossing route. Get away to the snap. Here it is. Here comes pressure. Under pressure. He's going to be sacked at the 30-yard line. Syracuse, quick pass to the near side, caught ball by Knight. Broken tackle outside the numbers to the 50, to the 45, to the 40-yard line. Syracuse with the football, and they'll toss the ball bubble screen near side. Javian Pierce, the tight end, has the first down. On fourth down, the 13-yard field goal attempt is airborne. 23-yard field goal is good. The snap, a good one. Dropping to throw. Francois completes the pass to Keith Gavin on the far side of the field, outside the numbers in front of the Seminole bench. To reach the 46 from the 45. Inside handoff, and Akers gets the first down to the 50. Akers to the 45. Akers running over tacklers inside the 40. A helmet flies off of a Syracuse Orange defender. Shotgun, sidecar to the right hip. Here's the snap. Francois, pressure coming. Gets the pass away, throws it downfield. It is incomplete, short of Keith Gavin. Seminoles, Cam Akers ran for 199. Dropping to throw. Pass DeVito. Dropped at the 28-yard line. That would have been a first down. Takes the snap and looks to his right now upfield. Steps up in the pocket, looks, fires downfield. It is a diving catch made by Keith Gavin at the Syracuse 32-yard line. Moving right. Here's the snap. Francois is going to run the ball. Francois to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. Francois to the 15, to the 10. Zigzagging his way to the 9-yard line. Good snap, and he looks over the middle to the right. Throws the ball to the right side. Incomplete pass in the end zone. Flag thrown. Could be pass interference. The intended receiver.
Center parent on the defense, number 14. First down.
Field. Francois takes the snap, play action fake, runs the ball. He'll score the first touchdown of the game by FSU. Quarterback draw all the way, faked the handoff to a running back crossing the formation, and then took it in himself. I'll take a 2-yard touchdown with 6:16 to go. What do you think? Sean Riley, here's the kick. It's a pooch kick, caught, and they to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 27-yard line. It'll work with third down and 1 facing DeVito, and he'll lean forward to get the first down on the quarterback. DeVito kicks the leg, second down 9, and will hand the ball off, running to the right. Tackle missed at the line of scrimmage, into the end zone, touchdown, Dante Strickland. Syracuse against a tired Florida State defense makes it 29-7. Here is the snap, here comes Heat again. Pass to the near side, falling down right at the marker to make. Dropped right in front of the Syracuse bench. That's the ball game. 0-0 on the clock. Syracuse 30, Florida State 7. That's your final score. Syracuse improves to 3-0.
So the final score from Syracuse, the Orange win it 30-7. Coach, as you've gone back and dissected the tape, I'm sure it's a lot of the same things that you knew when you were watching the game unfold live. But where did you see opportunities? What is working well, and what continues to be the stumbling blocks?
Well, we just got I think a lot of us right now, we got to do a better job of coaching our guys on again, the techniques on how to defend certain things defense is doing to us. We're seeing it week in and week out, and it's on us to correct those things, and we will. We're going to focus on it and make sure our guys understand exactly what we're trying to do, and make sure our guys do exactly what we try to get them to do. So I think it's on us as coaches, and it's on us as players to get the job done. They can get it done. They've shown it. We move the ball at times, and then we got to be able to run the football. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We got to be able to run the football.
Defensively, Coach, there's probably a lot of guys you could point to. Dontavius Jackson had a career high in tackles. Marvin Wilson continues to show his presence a little bit more each and every week.
Mm-hmm. And Burns, being Brian Burns in that game was big time. And I tell you, the guy I was really impressed with was Kyle Meyer, especially on the goal line stand. He played like a linebacker down there, had 2 big stops for us, and but he did a good job. But you see a lot of guys stepping up. A.J. Linton, one of our freshmen in that corner, did a great job when he got in there. So you see guys stepping up all over the place. DeKalen Brooks played well, and Jaden Woodby still, as a freshman, again, just playing well and getting better each and every game. So very impressed with our young guys and our defense and what they're doing.
That's good to hear. Now it's time to turn the page, get ready for Northern Illinois. We'll talk about the Huskies when we continue on Inside Seminole Football.
Welcome to Inside the Headset. I'm Catherine Phillips alongside Florida State Defensive Coordinator Harlon Barnett. Coach, you joined the staff after 11 years at your alma mater, Michigan State. You had never met Coach Taggart before, correct?
That is correct. I didn't know Coach Taggart. I actually got a text after our bowl game out in San Diego. We played in the Holiday Bowl versus Washington State. We won the game. Afterwards, I get a text from Coach Raymond Woody, who's our linebacker coach, and he's been with Coach Taggart ever since he's been a head coach. And he and I knew each other from when he was a head high school coach, and I recruited his high school. And he texted me saying, "Call me important." I ignored that one because we had just won a bowl game, and I was tired and all that kind of stuff. And then the next morning, we're on the runway about to fly back to Michigan, and I get that same text. So I called Coach Woody, and he asked me, he said, Coach Taggart would like to know if you'd be interested in interviewing for the Florida State Defensive Coordinator job. And I said yes, and it kind of rolled from there.
So leaving your alma mater in a place where you had coached for so many years, how difficult of a decision was that for you?
It was very difficult, not only because it was my alma mater, but you know, it's hard to leave your players. We get really attached to our players, the ones that we coach, in particular our own position. And I coached the defensive backs there for 11 years. Obviously, the last 3 years I was co-defensive coordinator, but was really attached to those players, and I knew that they were coming back with a good nucleus of the players, and I felt like it was a good situation coming back. At the same time, by knowing that, it made me feel good. Hey, left it in a good place.
And the guys have talked about how much respect they have for you, that you not only played at the highest level in college, but also 7 years in the NFL. How has that impacted the way you coach, that you've been in the shoes and where they've wanted to be?
Well, I try to remember how it was playing. It's getting further and further away from me, but I try to remember as far as, you know, sometimes as coaches we can get in there and meet and talk about different schemes and things like that, and we forget that, hey, we're scheming and drawing on the board. It's a lot easier said than done. And so I try to keep that in mind as far as being realistic about what guys can do and putting them in a proper position to be able to make plays. So I think from that standpoint, that has really helped me to remember, hey, some of this stuff is just coach speak. Other stuff you can really be able to do. And I try to keep that in mind every time we call a defense.
When did you know that you wanted to coach?
Oh, believe it or not, I didn't think I wanted to coach on this level, college or professionally or anything like that, when I was playing ball. But then, you know, divine intervention, as I call it. Sometimes God has a way of letting you know, hey, this is what I want you to do, and it's been a great ride ever since. So ever since I went down to LSU in 2003 to be a graduate assistant, everything has just kept going in a very progressive and positive manner for myself in the coaching career. I just love dealing with young people and seeing young men develop into men, and that's my whole mission, really, I believe.
And a lot of coaches will say that there's someone who impacted them and who made them want to do this. Is there anyone that made you think, you know, I want to do for kids what he did for me?
You know, I have so many great coaches, all the way back to my Pee Wee coaches, to believe it or not, and actually my father was a major influence in my life as far as being a coach without him even really. He's just coaching his son on, you know, outside little stuff, you know, and it was things that he knew that has helped me, and to this day, teaching me about sports in general, and how to from the mental aspect of coaching and teaching the game. And Nick Saban was my defensive coordinator at Michigan State, and then again with the Cleveland Browns. And Bill Belichick, I've been around a lot of them. Bill Parcells, all those guys, Tony Dungy, Dennis Green, a lot of great coaches I was able to be around. And again, I believe it was truly God in a way just placing me under those people, preparing me for a situation like this.
What is one thing that people don't know about Harlon Barnett?
Well, you want to keep it that way then.
One thing that you might want to share with fans.
All right, and I've said this before, but everybody probably don't know this, but I am a big superhero fan. I love those superhero movies.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite, I like Superman. Everybody likes Superman. Growing up, Superman, because he's, can't be defeated and all that kind of stuff, but I like them all. Black Panther, I like them all. Hulk, I mean, I am a superhero fan. I like how the superheroes always win, though, and they're for the good. And I hate when they're getting beat up, because I'm like, come on, man, this guy got all this power, and y'all let him get beat up. That's not good. So, but I am a big superhero fan.
Alrighty, well, that's Harlan Barnett, a big fan of superheroes. Coach, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Kendall Herman, and I'm a student assistant for the Sports Nutrition Department here at Florida State University. Thanks to my Bright Future Scholarship, I'm able to dedicate all of my free time to the athletics department completely on a volunteer basis. This opportunity has allowed me to work alongside of our Director of Sports Nutrition, where I'm not only having fun on the sidelines, but I'm also learning a lot of valuable skills for my future career as a sports dietitian. I could not be more proud to do the work that I do, and I want to thank the Florida Lottery for funding my Bright Future.
Today's X's and O's segment is presented by Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites.
Elmore in motion. DeVito takes the down. They run the other way. Tackle to the backfield. Second effort. Did he get in? No, he did not. Good game tackling Knowles on the 2-yard line. Tavius Jackson, middle linebacker. And Kyle Myers. Myers playing a great game from the secondary.
Today's X's and O's segment is our goal line stand versus Syracuse this past week. As you watch this film, you're going to see 3 consecutive plays here. Our defense do a great job of playing gap sound defense. Everybody's taking care of the gap, but probably the most important thing they did was all play with low pad level. All 3 plays, you'll see where our D-line do a great job of staying low, getting underneath the offensive line, which caused pushback and how the back expand out. And I thought our DBs did a great job, especially Kyle Myers on the last 2 plays where he came up and played like a linebacker. But overall, I thought guys did a great job of playing gap defense, playing with low pad level and straining through blocks and rallying to the ball, getting off the ground and play with attitude. And that was great to see out of our defense. And that's today's X's and O's segment.
The Look Ahead is presented by Florida Farm Bureau Insurance. Register to win a football fantasy experience at knowlescontest.com.
Next up for Florida State, Northern Illinois, a 3:30 kick this Saturday at Doak Campbell Stadium. Coach, they're coached by Rod Carey. They come in 1-2, the 2 losses to Iowa and Utah, so they've already played some high-level competition as they get a chance against Florida State this week.
Yes, and Coach Carey does a great job with his football team. Team that understand how to win. They won some big games in the past, and they're going to come down here confident. They got to win last week, confident in what they do, and we got to be confident. We got to be confident in playing disciplined football and go out there and try to play at our best. Something we haven't done now, and something our fans and our alums and our former players, they all deserve for our football team to play better, and we got to go do that.
You'll be back at home. That helps.
Absolutely.
3:30 kickoff coming up Saturday at Doak Campbell Stadium. We'll have some final thoughts right after this on Inside Seminole Football.
Welcome into Garnet and Gold Grub, presented by Tico People's Gas. I'm Catherine Phillips alongside award-winning chef Travis Johnson. He's the Executive Culinary Director of Seminole Dining here on the campus of Florida State, and he's going to walk us through a delicious game day recipe today. Chef, we've got something for breakfast.
We do. It is game day, and there are hungry people out there, and you are hosting. We're going to make a breakfast hash that will make you a lot of friends.
Those are the recipes we like.
Yes, and it seems like a lot of ingredients, but it is fairly simple. And again, you can take these ingredients and take them to any level that you'd like.
Okay.
All right, so we have basic ingredients today. We took some Idaho potatoes and we diced them up, and then we par blanched them last night so they're ready for the morning.
Okay.
And basically we boiled them and then cooled them back down and put them in the cooler. And then we also did a breakfast sausage, which we prepared ahead of time. And so getting a few of these things out of the way makes a big difference come time for execution, or game time, as we should say. So we're gonna cook in a large cast iron skillet today over natural gas. And the cast iron skillet's great for this recipe because when we finish sauteing all the ingredients and bringing everything together, we're gonna pop this in the oven to finish it off today.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start out with a little bit of oil, and then we're gonna layer in our onions first. So we always start with our onions. We want them to cook the longest. We're gonna caramelize the onions. We're gonna bring out a lot of the flavor, a lot of the sugars in them. And I don't know, I like my breakfast a little bit spicy.
Same.
And so we'll go through the peppers. So we're gonna start out by putting in our red and green peppers. And the red and green peppers are gonna add a lot of texture. They're gonna add quite a bit of flavor, but not a lot of heat.
Now this is cooking on natural gas, so what's the advantage of that?
Chefs love natural gas. We really get ultimate control over what we're doing, so we want that gas nice and hot, and we get it instantaneously. So it really gives us control over cooking, and we like to work with that.
Okay.
So we have 3 peppers left on the table. We have our jalapenos, our poblanos, and our serranos. We'll start out with the least of the spicy, and we will continue to layer up, and we'll finish it off there with the serrano peppers. All right, now as this cooks, we're gonna add some garlic and some salt and pepper. I always like to use kosher salt. It's a lot more palatable and you don't need as much of it to bring out the flavor. Now that we have this seasoned, just gonna cook down these peppers for a couple minutes. And next we wanna add our potatoes. Can you hear that?
I hear it and I smell it. It smells so good.
Now we're gonna allow this to cook because we want to brown all the potatoes. We're not gonna wanna move the potatoes around quite a bit. We want them to cook.
Okay.
So we're gonna let that cook for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll revisit it and flip them around.
So don't stir it.
Don't stir it.
All right.
All right, let's check on the hash. You see the beautiful brown, it's starting to brown. You're seeing all that color. All right, next we wanna add egg. This is a complete breakfast all in one skillet.
Eggs, potatoes.
Eggs, potatoes.
Got some vegetables.
Sausage. All right, and the eggs cook very quickly, so we just need to flip this through at 30 seconds or so. All right, now let's add our sausage. Remember, we cooked this last night as we were preparing.
Right.
And we cooled it back down. It's ready to go for today. That is looking awesome. Now that we've got all the color that we want off the cast iron and that direct heat, now we're gonna pop this in the oven to finish it off. Before we do so, let's add some cheese. This is just a shredded cheddar. Now we're gonna pop it in the oven. And we know that all the vegetables and potatoes and everything are already cooked. So all we're doing in the oven is really just melting the cheese. And while it's cooking in the oven, I'm gonna show you a trick that's gonna really wow your friends when you see this dish.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna pop this in the oven. While our breakfast casserole is baking in the oven, let's go ahead and fry some eggs to put on top.
Oh.
So we start out with a non-stick skillet under medium to high heat. We're gonna use a little bit of butter for our fat. And I went ahead and just pre-cracked the eggs so they're ready to go. All right, and as those are cooking, I like to season them with a little kosher salt and cracked black pepper. Let these cook. All right, as these eggs finish up, let's check on that casserole in the oven.
Okay.
Wow. That looks incredible. So here's how we're gonna finish this off. I guess if you're the lucky 4, you'll end up with the eggs. And put some fresh green onions on here. Have to do the sour cream.
That is everything I want for breakfast in one pan.
Right there. I'm just gonna dollop this on. What about some fresh pico? Here in the middle. And top it off with the avocado. You will be the life of the party.
It looks perfect.
All right, you ready to taste?
I'm ready.
So there's a few different ways you can serve this. You can cut up some French bread and just serve it around the side. Then everyone can just dig in and have a bite. Or personally, I gotta do a breakfast tortilla.
Okay.
So what do you think about that?
I'll have a breakfast taco.
Okay. Scoop of everything in here.
Thank you.
All right, should we give it a shot?
Let's try it.
That's really good.
Big fan.
For full details on this recipe and more information on how you can incorporate natural gas at home, at your business, or at your next tailgating event, go to peoplesgas.com/cooking.
Coach, you're just 3 games into your tenure in the start of this season, and you've been through projects like this before at your various stops. So how do you balance patience with staying with what you believe in and what you adhere to in terms of your system, even when things haven't gone as well as you've wanted them to thus far?
Well, I think you really got to look at everything and see it for what it is. I mean, not just because the outcome is not what you want it to be, that doesn't necessarily mean we're not making progress, you know. So looking at everything, and I think being careful with the word patient, you know, as long as there's progress while being patient, we'll eventually get to where we want to go, you know. But we can't veer off just because we had a little bump in the road. We got to continue to keep our eyes on the prize and correct the things that we need to. And we see what they are, and that's on all of us to get it corrected. And it starts with me, and we will.
And it continues with the players too, as well, that they stay the course. I mean, it's a short time, relatively speaking, for them in your system.
Oh, absolutely. And again, as coaches, being honest with our players and showing them exactly what we're doing and what we're not doing, and our players see what they're not doing and understanding that, okay, if we do better, then we can play better. So no need for us to be bent out of shape. It's for us to buckle down, work a little harder, and go out and play the way that we know we're capable of playing.
Sounds good. All right, Florida State, Northern Illinois, 3:30 on Saturday. We'll have a look back at that game next week right here on Inside Seminole Football.
Inside Seminole Football has been brought to you by the Florida Lottery, over $30 billion and counting to education. Just imagine. The energy-saving conservation programs of Tico People's Gas. Real Coca-Cola taste with 0 sugar and 0 calories. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the feeling. And by Nick's Toggery, provider of Coach Taggart's wardrobe.